So Kerry, can you tell me whereabouts you're based? Where do you live?
Okay, so I live just on the outskirts of Burnley, Lancashire.
Okay, can you give me some background as to your experience, your cancer journey to date?
Okay, so I initially started with symptoms of what I now know is advanced ovarian cancer in July 2021. This started whilst I was on holiday, and it was also during COVID. After making an appointment with my GP practice and scans and blood tests, I eventually got my diagnosis in September of the same year. I ended up, due to long waits locally to see an oncologist, asking to be referred to Christie's. So I started off on 2 chemotherapy drugs and a targeted drug, and had 3 rounds of that before surgery, and then another 3 rounds of treatment afterwards. When I came down to just having the 1 drug, which made treatment a lot shorter, I was able to transfer to Bury Hospice for my treatments, and wherever possible ever since, I've tried to get to the hospice where possible.
Okay. How did you feel when you first got your diagnosis?
I suppose the word that describes it is absolutely horrendous, because you go to the doctors not even thinking that it could be anything like cancer. You try to look for all the other treatment options. A lot of my symptoms were abdominal, bowel type symptoms. For example, things like my bowel habits changed, but also I was hugely bloated. But for years, maybe 2 or 3 years, I'd had the problem of needing to pass urine far more frequently than I had in the years before. And I really wish that I knew that that was a symptom of ovarian cancer, because I would have gone to my GP a lot sooner had I known. And I do read a lot of articles about ovarian cancer, and I do find that it's often not even mentioned as a possibility. Otherwise I would have gone and got checked out a lot sooner.
Okay. How are you getting on with your treatment now?
Fortunately, I have tolerated all the treatments that have kind of been offered to me. I had a period of almost sort of 12, 18 months where the cancer wasn't visible on the scan and my blood tests were absolutely fine. But unfortunately, in August last year, signs of the cancer progressing were found again on the CT scan. I was started on some more treatment, which unfortunately at my halfway review wasn't working. And I think it's the first time in my cancer journey when things haven't been positive as such. Everything else prior to that has been, wow, you're doing amazing, and it really gives you an uplift. So I'm now on one of the chemotherapy drugs that I was initially treated with on a weekly basis, and so I'm coming to Bury Hospice every week for treatment. I think you've got to remain positive, even though I'm due for my halfway review again, and you can't help the negative thoughts that creep in your mind, but I try to be positive where I can. And I think that's one thing when you come in for your treatment at Bury, is that the staff are familiar, they know you, down from the volunteers that are on reception, you know, they're fantastic the minute you walk through the door. So, you know, there's always that positivity and reassurance, and everybody sort of encourages you, you know, to keep positive, you know. So yeah, fingers crossed.
And how has the travel from Burnley to Bury been for you?
Oh, it's amazing in comparison to the potential journey I have to the main site. So from my house to there, no matter what time of day it is, I have to allow myself 2 hours of travelling. Of course, it depends on what time of day that is. It can be an absolute breeze. I can sail along and get there and be parked up within the hour. But it's having to allow that extra hour. Sometimes you can get stuck in the traffic coming home. That equally can be a 2 hour journey, which if I wasn't coming here would be on top of whatever time my actual treatment takes on that day. My journey to Bury is about half an hour tops. So it's just incredible. You know, it means that I can bring myself here and get myself back independently. When you're travelling all that distance to the main site, you're tired after your treatment. I don't think it would be safe for me to actually drive back. So coming here means that I can just be independent and I don't have to rely on other people to bring me.
Okay. Speaking of other people, do you have family and friend support?
Absolutely, yeah. I live with my husband. I have 2 boys that are in their own, they're grown up, they're in their own homes now, but I've got a fantastic network of friends that are always in touch, whether it's, you know, phone or ringing or popping in. Yeah.
That's good. How far did you say you are in your treatment?
So I'm halfway through this current treatment, which in total is 18 weeks, I believe. So I'm just waiting for the results of a CT scan, which will tell me whether it's helping to shrink the cancer back.
How are you feeling generally?
Generally, yeah. I have my ups and downs, only literally because I'm waiting for the scan results. But I feel absolutely fine off the treatment. It doesn't stop me doing anything I want to do. So yeah, just trying to keep positive.
That was my final question.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, I don't think so. I think if anything, just to reinforce just how fantastic these places are, what an absolute huge difference it makes to people, you know, living quite far away from the Christie main site. It just makes a huge difference, you know, to daily, to weekly life in general. Yeah, really grateful.
Thank you very much for your time.
That's okay.